And hello, everybody. Welcome to Jerry Savage Court at Loyola Blakefield for the MIAA matchup between the Loyola Dons and the Mount St. Joseph Gaels. The Dons currently sit at 10-4 in the conference, locked down the 4 spot currently. Dons, however, are at the top of the pack, 13-1, one game ahead of Calvert Hall, who's 14-2. And alongside me is Matt Smolka.
Right. This is a big matchup, Connor. Assuming the Dons get a win against St. Paul's in their following game, which I assume they will, the Dons are going to go into the postseason as the number 1 seed. Mount St. Joe has clinched that either number 3 or 4 seed. So Mount St. Joe is definitely a team the Dons could see in the postseason this year, as well as a team that beat them in the postseason last year.
Yeah, so, the heartbreaker last year.
So this is we're here on senior night. 4 seniors on the team: Randall Gleason, Pat Connor, Brandon Whitney, and Sam Clark. So this is going to be their last regular season home game for them.
So definitely looking to get a couple more home games in before the end of the season.
Right. So I'm definitely looking for a good game here tonight, and I'm sure it's going to be quite a thriller.
Yes. So MSJ has the opening serve, and it'll be number 1, Brennan Turner. And the starting lineup for your Dons is number 18, Sam Clark, number 16, Patrick Connor, number 31, the libero, Randall Gleason, number 2, Brandon Whitney, number 17, Dylan Monahan, and number 7, Ethan Cohen. And immediately the first point goes to the Dons there.
Right, so the Dons on senior night, they are starting all 4 of their starters. And it is clearly Dons MVP, senior Sam Clark, making an impact right out of the gate, that huge slam.
And after only one volley there, number 7, Ethan Cohen, is going to be subbed out for number 12, Kirk Mosbauer. And if it's any indication from last year, MSJ's bench is always very animated.
Right. One thing that already appears is that the Gaels are not lacking any energy coming into this matchup.
Oh, absolutely not. That's another Gaels point there.
Yeah, big block of the net. That was Bennett Carr at the net. Looks to be standing around 6'2" or 6'3". Just elevates over that net and gets the block.
Sam Clark, and he just nailed it. Got right in that back corner there, where nobody was.
Right, Sam Clark's just a next-level player in terms of both power and accuracy. You can see there, he hit that one viciously to the far corner, and also had the presence of mind to notice that there were no Gaels there that could defend it.
And despite Monahan serving that one into the net, it appeared that number 1, Brendan Turner for Mount St. Joseph, just stepped over the line there, giving the Dons a free point. And now Monahan serves that one long, so switches sides back now to the Gaels. And it'll be number 27, Bennett Carr on the serve.
Yeah, Dylan Monahan has just recently earned a starting role in this team. It started against Calvert Hall, played really well, and since then Coach Bayer has included him in the starting lineup.
Pat Connor just barely able to get a finger on that one, but it falls for the Dons. Brandon Whitney on the kill. Beautiful serve there by Sam Clark. Bit of miscommunication there between Brandon Whitney and number 12, Kirk Mosbauer. Whitney, Monahan, and Sam Clark with the kill. Just brute force there is enough to put the Gaels away on that one.
Yeah, that was absolute thunderbolt from Sam Clark.
Yeah, Brendan Turner there just had no time to react to that.
Connor, I'm not sure there's anyone else in the MIA that can hit harder than he can.
I don't believe so either. And if that's any indication right there with the ace, I don't know what is. Loyola now out to a quick 6-3 lead in this first set. And that's the one thing the Dons have to be careful about today. They've been serving it right into the net quite a lot recently.
Right. Sam Clark, his strong suit is not on the service, but he did have that nice ace, but he's not the most accurate of servers the Dons have.
Yes, and much like most of the other games the Dons have played, their opponent, no matter how good or bad, is not going to go away. They always seem just to stay with the Dons somehow, especially in the first set. And that's Pat Connor on the kill there, another senior on this team.
Right, and Pat Connor is also a hard hitter at the net. He's not afraid to unleash everything he has at that ball, looking to get those kills.
And Pat Connor has had his ups and downs this season, but for the most part, he's been a pivotal role on this team. And Brandon Whitney there, just not able to catch up with that one.
That was a nice set by the Gaels to Sean Carr. He was just able to stuff that one right in the Dons defense. And in an angle that makes it tricky to block it.
Yeah, absolutely. Low serve there.
Another miscue there. That bump just a little bit too far. It's over the net, and that's an easy kill. Sean Carr once again, and the Gaels bench is really getting involved in this game.
Whitney with a beautiful kill there. The seniors on this team already making a huge impact in this game. Brandon Whitney's honestly, in my opinion, one of the unsung heroes of this team. Definitely overshadowed by Sam Clark, but he is also a very, very talented player.
Right, he's quietly consistent performer for the Dons every game. And he's also an excellent hitter despite his small stature. So he's definitely been one of the main contributors to the Dons' success this year, 13-1 record currently.
Beautiful play by Sam Clark there and saved that one. And two great saves by two seniors. But double touch there for the Dons, and it's going to be a Gaels point, and they now have a 9-8 lead.
Right, every point the Gaels bench is jumping up. They're yelling encouragement. They're clearly hoping for a repeat of the postseason miracle that occurred here last year.
Yeah, and right now the Dons are a bit slow to get started here.
Right, every dig, every block, everyone on the Gaels bench just jumps up, and for every point they win, they're screaming their encouragement to their players. So
it doesn't matter how far down they get, they're always very animated. Matt, do you think this is a revenge game of sorts for the Dons here?
I'd say, actually, what the momentum appears to be right now is it seems like Mount St. Joe's looking for a repeat. I think the Dons are, they've clinched the playoff spot, either 1 or 2 seed. So I think they're just hoping to have a good performance here on senior night. But it's Mount St. Joe that appears to have come out with more energy, and they've taken a 12-8 lead already.
And I mean, it's still early, but if there's any indication right now, the Dons just haven't gotten it together yet. So they just seem to be placing the ball all over the place. And Coach Bear, understandably unhappy with that one as he called a timeout. So what do you think? What do you think he's telling his players right now?
I mean, he obviously can't be happy with the energy level right now, but I think he's just telling them to settle down, keep playing. I think over time, Loyola's quality will probably show, but they need to make sure that they don't drop this first set and have to come back, win 3 of the last 4.
Yeah. So if you're just tuning in, the MSJ Gaels currently hold a 13-8 lead on the Dons. It's a fairly slow start for the Dons, but hopefully after this timeout, they'll be able to get back on track and take control of this one. It'll be Sean Carr on the serve, as has been for the last few sets here. That's another point for the Gaels. Brandon Whitney just hitting that one far to the left, far to his right. Sam Clark finally gets it back on the Don side. It's that back line there.
Yeah, to me it's a little worrisome that the Dons are going to have to keep relying on Sam Clark because the more they can spread around, the less predictable they will be.
Yeah, absolutely. And that one's in for the Dons, or that one's in for the Gaels. The line judge signaled in for the Dons, but from what I could see and from what the both officials could see, it was definitely Gaels' point. Somehow saved there by the Gaels. And St. Joe's is just destroying Loyola in every aspect right now. Nothing is falling on Loyola's side. Loyola's out of position, and the Gaels are taking advantage of that. So how do you fix that?
Dons look rattled right now. They look flat. Mount St. Joe's up and screaming on every point. Don's definitely not playing their best volleyball right now. If I'm Loyola, Loyola just needs to keep doing what they're doing. And I was going to say switch the tempo. Dylan Monahan with a great touch over there on the second touch to get a point back for the Dons. But it's not looking too good right now.
Yeah, still down by 6. I mean, it's still early, and there's still definitely plenty of time to come back, but you just hate to see your team down in this much of a hole this early. And it seems like as soon as the Dons score a point, the Gaels have like 3 to score. Loyola not playing like the one-loss team that they are right now. Looks like a double touch on the Gaels side, so the Dons will get another point. And it'll actually be number 4, Michael Dorsey on the serve as Monahan comes out.
Yeah, Coach Bayer possibly looking for a bit of a tactical change.
Yeah, just looking for a fresh start as the libero for the Gaels, number 20, Jason Kalanock, which mishandles that one.
Yeah, that's a nice serve from Dorsey. Didn't look to have much spin. Appeared to knuckle a bit in the air.
Yeah.
He's same thing. On that one.
And that one goes long. So Don's starting to make a little bit of a run here. Maybe the change of personnel here for the Dons is going to help them out. Good save there by Gleason. That's another point for the Gaels. It's just they're trying to hit it. The Dons are trying to hit it as hard as they can, and Gaels are just popping it right back over the net. Three ball right there. That'll be another double touch for the Gaels. So Don's down now by only 4. That has been one thing I've seen several times now for the Gaels, that they have a hard time hitting the ball just once. It's about the 4th time, I think, that's happened to them. And Sam Clark goes long on the serve again there, so Gaels now get another 5-point lead on the Dons.
That's not the kind of serve that you want to hit when you're down in a hole here somewhat late in the first set. I would rather see Sam Clark put one in instead of try for that spectacular service.
Yeah, you want to play a little bit more conservatively when you're down. And just coming in now, it'll be number 8, Tommy Rogers, coming in for the serve. And that goes around the stick there, so Gaels point once more.
Yeah, that was a tough dig for Rogers, trying to bump it over after the flushing. Nearly got lucky and clipped the inside of that pole, but it seems like most of the luck so far has fallen to the Gaels.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a bit of a miss hit by Sam Clark, a bit behind Whitney. And Gleason now hits it far to his left. So the seniors struggling here today.
Yes, indeed.
Great play there by Pat Connor, but it looks like it wouldn't have mattered. It looks like somebody stepped over the line for the Gaels.
So Don's in a 5-point hole, sets 25, so they win 9 of the next 13 points.
And another long serve for the Dons. This time Brandon Whitney. Very low serve there for the Gaels. And another missed hit there by the Dons. Just nothing is going their way in this first set. Down now by 7.
Right, Mount St. Joe's been very active with the net. They've been getting a lot of blocks in and not letting many players except for Sam Clark.
And that's a Loyola point. Somebody reached over the net there for the Gaels, but just looks like it's about too little too late for the Dons in this first set. Pat Connor on the serve. That went out now on the Gaels. So Dons trying to do everything they can to get back into this one.
One thing that Mount St. Joe has used very effectively in this first set has been the short set, where they don't set it very high. Just get an immediate spike on it.
And Pat Connor now hits it out on the serve.
That tactic has caught the Dons a bit by surprise at the net. They've not been able to get up and block many of those, and Mount St. Joe's been using that to great effect here, as it is now game point.
And just like that, St. Joe takes the first set decidedly by a 7-point margin. And as we switch sides here for Matt Smolka, I'm Connor Mamoni. We'll be right back. And everybody, welcome back to Jerry Savage Court. Dons find themselves in a 1-0 hole against the Mount St. Joe Gaels. Sort of a surprising underperformance there by the Dons. What do you look to see they change in this second set?
So, Connor, I'm hoping the Dons get back to the fundamentals. They've looked flat and lifeless, and they've certainly looked like they're the inferior team thus far. But hopefully the Dons can return to those fundamentals and get back into that fine form that they've showed. Just recently beating former number 1 in the conference, Calvert Hall, away 3-1. Then I believe they can take through the next 4 sets and take home this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't want to get down early against this Mount St. Joe's team because once they're on top, they seem to want to stay on top for good. So striking early, I think, is the key here for the Dons as Pat Connor gets ready to take the serve, and the second set is underway. And immediately, looked like number 1 there, Brennan Turner for the Gaels touched the net, so that'll be a Dons point. And Pat Connor taking a page out of the MSJ playbook there, just low serves, and St. Joe's just wasn't ready for it.
Right, that was a nice little line drive just over the net, and point for the Dons.
Yeah, a lot of spin on that one as well. And that's a Gaels point there. It goes off, I believe, of Ethan Cohen for the Dons, and just barely out of bounds. So we'll see number 26 for the Gaels, Reese Tidings on the serve here. And Sam Clark again hits it long. He having problems with that in the first set, and it looks like it's carried over here. That's saved by the libero, number 20, Jason Kalinok, but it'll be Don's point anyway.
Right, Mount St. Joe unable to hit it inside those red and white poles, which denote the line, so that'll be Don's point. One thing I'd like to see, Connor, in this second set is I'd like to see a few other starters to Don's contribute more, especially both Kirk Mosbauer and Ethan Cohen at the net. Haven't done much, as well as Randall Reeson.
And Pat Connor there just mishandles that one, so it'll be another 3-3 tie. Looks very much like the first set here. And Sam Clark on the kill right there. That's definitely what the Dons needed. They need him to be as good as he normally is.
Yeah, perfect set for him, and when he hits like that, it's practically unstoppable.
Yes, and it'll be number 4 for the Dons, Michael Dorsey, coming in for Dylan Monahan, and immediately Dorsey's going to come on the serve.
Right, Dorsey's in for service here. We saw a nice little knuckle serve early in the first set.
And it'll be another one right there, too. Dorsey unhappy with himself there. That one looked like it was going to go out of bounds if he hadn't hit that.
I have to say, though, Connor, number 29, Mount St. Joseph, Bennett Carr, he's proved himself to be quite a factor in this game.
Absolutely.
He's had quite a few blocks. That was just, instead of going for the kill there, great intelligent play, just to dink that one over, just out of reach of Dorsey.
And that'll be blocked there by Sam Clark. Dons get another lead back.
Right, to me, Connor, it seems that the Dons have been slightly more composed and settled in this second set. We'll see how Sam Clark does with this serve, though. We saw him struggle earlier.
And for the 3rd time in a row there, Sam Clark hits it just far too long. Dons look to be receiving those short serves much better. As number 17 for the, number 12 for the Gaels, Kyle Burke hits that one well long.
Right, Connor just slammed that one right into him. Burke tried for the bump, but in the end just launched it well over.
So Dons and Gaels trading points back and forth with one another here. That'll be Gaels' point. And that one tipped there by number 1, Brennan Turner, but right over number 12, Kyle Burke. So Don's point once again. Still trading back and forth with the Gaels.
Right. One important key to the second set is going to be how effective Pat Connor can be for the Dons, because when he is playing well, he is certainly quite an asset to them, but he has struggled at times, and when he's struggled, he has cost the Dons some key points this season.
So Turner tried to fake that one there, but Gleason ready for it, and Turner again unable to reach that one.
Yeah, the senior libero is not fooled by that little trick.
And it'll be Clark on the kill once again. Deflected there off number 12, Kyle Burke, but just didn't have enough time to get a good hit on that one, and it went wide.
Don's played much better in the second set, Connor, and Mount St. Joseph bench appears to be slightly less enthusiastic than they were in the first set, so perhaps some of that energy's worn off.
And that one goes around the outside of the pole there, so again a Don's point. Trying to put a run together here, just like the Gaels. And MSJ's coach, Sam Bianco, is going to call a timeout. So what did you see different from the Dons there than in the first set?
Well, I think the Dons are certainly more composed. They're going back to those fundamentals. They're not letting Mount St. Joe's bench rattle them quite as much. So I think in all, they're definitely playing better. They're communicating better. They're not going for the big play as many times. They're just keeping the rally alive. And I think Pat Connor's been playing quite a bit better. Dylan Monahan as well, so hopefully that play can continue and the Dons can pick up the second set.
Yeah, everything looks much cleaner than it did in the first set. Everything just falling where it's supposed to and where the Dons want it to be placed. So hopefully this will be a turning point for them and they can take this one home. Dons currently hold a 4-point lead over the Mount St. Joe's Gaels, 10-6 in the second set. Down 1-0 overall. They're trying to get just tie the game up here. Great save there by Sam Clark. His height definitely working in his favor there, and Kyle Burke there for the Gaels unable to get a firm handle on that one. So
yeah, it looked like it was tipped just slightly at the net. So instead of being able to set that one up nicely, just hits him in the chest.
The Dons right now on a 5-0 run. And that one there bounces off number 17, Dylan Monahan, but hits the Mount St. Joe's bench. So just as I say that, Mount St. Joe gets a point back. Very low serve there, but Sam Clark handles that one. And Kyle Burke, yet again, mishandles that kill from Pat Connor.
Yeah, that was a strong spike by Connor.
Yes, he's actually played fairly well today, which is definitely a good sign for the Dons. They want him to play well. Sam Clark on the kill there, but number 27, Bennett Carr for the Gaels, able to deflect that one back over. Beautiful kill there by Sam Clark, finding that back corner. Dons up now 13-8. Libero Randall Gleason on the serve here.
Gleason also one of the 4 seniors who will be graduating following the season. He's been quiet but effective performer for the Dons this season.
And that was a carry there, or a lift, I should say. Pat Connor doesn't seem to know exactly what the call was there, but it looked like maybe Dylan Monahan got his hands under that one.
Yeah, referees are conversing right now. I think, at least what it looks like to me is I believe what they're discussing is whether or not the ball hit the ground before Loyola got the dig.
It doesn't look like the call's going to be changed. So
Coach Bayer is protesting, but the referees are going to rule that Loyola did dig that one off the bounce. So Mount St. Joe point.
So hopefully that one won't change the outcome of this one. Good save there by Brendan Turner there, but he goes too far and heads under the net, so Don's point. And as we've seen a couple times already, Dylan Monahan coming off for the serve for number 4, Michael Dorsey. And that's a double touch there from Reese Tidings, number 26 for the Gaels. So another Don's point there, deflected off of Sam. Or are they going to say that was? Oh, that was a. I'm not exactly sure why that was a Don's point there. Looked like to me it deflected off Sam Clark, but ref signaled the other way, so.
I think the referee called that off the block. It was then again deflected by Mount St. Joe's Raymond Javacic.
Another beautiful kill there from Sam Clark, again in that back corner where he seemed to found success today.
And now,
Don's up by 8 now.
And now it is Mount St. Joe that looks to be the team that's rattled. Loyola looks to be certainly the stronger side here in the second set.
So what do you think Coach Bear is talking to his team about right now? Just keep it going, keep it up?
Right. They want to make sure that they continue. I'm not quite sure what Coach Bear might have said to his team earlier in that first set, but whatever it's done, it's been effective. And coming out of the second set, the Dons have looked much more solid, so I'm sure he's telling his team just to continue that. And it appears Mount St. Joe came into the game with quite a lot of pregame energy, but a lot of that seems to have burned off. And they now find themselves in an 8-point hole here in the second set.
Yeah, it's another thing I've seen from the Dons is that even if they go down, they still have energy in the 4th, 5th set. And when a lot of teams they play just can't go on for that long. So we saw it against Calvert Hall when they were able to come back from a 2-0 set deficit, but ultimately would lose in the 5th. And that one's going to go long. Pat Connor wisely decides to let that one go, and the Dons now have a 9-point lead.
That was some strong communication from both players on the field and on the bench. You can see those Loyola bench players standing on the sideline. They were the ones that called the Pat Connor the ball was going to be out.
No, they're going to call that somebody reached over the net.
I'm not sure how they can call it Mount St. Joe's point. Clearly, you can see both Sam Clark and Coach Bear protesting for a hold. And to me, it seemed like the Mount St. Joe player really sort of lifted that ball and threw it over the net. I'm completely in agreement with Coach Bear on that one. So I think that's a bad call, as the student section boos.
I'm honestly surprised there isn't a larger student section here today. It's usually a senior game draws a lot of people.
Right. I thought there'd be quite a number of students here as well.
And that's a hold there. They do call that. So Don's point once again, and we're back up to a 9-point lead. We'll see if Sam Clark here can get his composure. And oh, what? Very lucky there for the Dons. He had everybody on the Gaels side of the court there back, preparing for Sam Clark to just launch on him, but he hits it short and just barely nicks it over the net.
That one's just out, according to the line judge.
Sam Clark's still trying to find his rhythm with the serves.
But like I said, Connor, his serving's not his strong suit. He's definitely more of a net player, great hitter, and that's where his strength is for the Dons.
Good hit there by Pat Connor. Fantastic play there. It looked like that might have been Kurt Mosbauer, number 12 for the Dons, in the kill.
Right, great short set. Mosbauer just stuffs it right between Mount St. Joe's players.
Yeah, one of these underclassmen who's definitely looking to take more of a leadership role in the upcoming years. Tip there, but backed up by Sam Clark, and he does hit it long, unfortunately, there. So Don's now up only 21-12.
Right, and Connor, just what you're saying earlier about underclassmen for the Dons, although they are going to miss Gleason, Connor, Whitney, Clark, they do have a number of underclassmen, juniors, and sophomores who are going to make an impact next year and hopefully carry the Dons to a winning record next year and on to the championship.
Yeah, Kurt Mosbauer and Dylan Monahan are definitely going to take the lead for this team, and who knows, they might bring a couple of players up from JV who make an impact on next year. Don's 3 points away now from taking the second set. And that'll be Reese Tidings there, unable to get the ball over the net there, and Don's knocking on the door for a victory of the set here.
Right, they definitely look better this second set.
Yeah, they've definitely outplayed St. Joe here. And Tidings once again hits it into the net there, so this will be set point here. The Dons don't want to prolong this set much longer.
Right, a lot of this game is going to ride on this third set, Connor. Assuming the Dons can take 1 point here in the next few, the third set's going to be absolutely critical because whatever team that wins that is going to go up
2-1, yeah.
2 sets to 1 in the best of 5. So hopefully if Loyola can take that one, then they can just bring home one of the next 3 and close out the game.
And Pat Connor hits a kill there, and the Dons win the second set by a score of 25-13. Much better look there for the Dons, and we're all tied up 1-1. So for Matt Smolka, I'm Connor Ramoni. We'll be right back.
Starting outside hitter, 2 years on varsity, Patrick Connor. Starting libero, oh, there's a foul. Starting libero number 31, 3 years on varsity, Gaels, Gleason. 32, 3 years on varsity, Brandon Whitney. And last, number 18 with 3 years on varsity, sad to see go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mount St. Joe, for the ball. Let's get back in here.
Welcome back, everybody, to Jerry Savage Court. Coach Bear, just a few minutes ago, honored the seniors, and will be their last regular season home game. And the Dons currently tied with the MSJ Gaels 1-1. Definitely looked better in the second set there, and they'll hope to continue swinging the momentum onto their side. So what do you look to see in the third set, potentially the decisive set here, Matt?
So I think the Dons definitely need those seniors to step up here in their last home game. They're going to look to Sam Clark, Pat Connor, Brandon Whitney, and also Randall Gleason to all play really well. Pat Connor especially had a very good second set, I thought. So they're going to need those seniors to step up here.
Again, Randall Gleason, Pat Connor, Brandon Whitney, and Sam Clark, the 4 seniors on this team. Definitely making lots of impact on this season, as the Dons are currently occupying the 1 seed in the MIAA A conference for volleyball.
However, the Calvert Hall Cardinals are also 14-2. Dons currently 13-1, 2 games to play this game as well as a game tomorrow at St. Paul's, who's 1-13. So all odds are the Dons will win that one, but the Dons can also win tonight's matchup. Then it's likely they'll finish the season at 15-1 and go into the postseason with that number 1 seed.
Yeah, and assuming they win tonight, they'll at least clinch a share of the 1 seed. And immediately, that serve from the Gaels goes right into the net. Dons take an early 1-0 lead as Randall Gleason, the libero, takes the serve. That was a fantastic kill there for the Gaels. That, I believe, was number 22, Raymond Kovacic. Sort of a miss hit there by Pat Connor, but Dons are able to recover and send it back over. Great tip there by Dylan Monahan.
That was Clark there trying to be a bit too fancy, in my opinion. Just try to dink it over the net, but Mount St. Joe is ready and I think knocks it back.
And I think that's what hurt them so much in the first set. They were just trying to get too fancy. They just need to keep it simple and hopefully take this one.
Oh, and the referee, the line judge had initially signaled that it was in. The referee, the head referee actually overruled the line judge and said that it was out.
And either way, I thought that that was tipped there too. It looked like St. Joe tipped that, but refs disagree and Gaels get an early 3-1 lead.
Coach Bear appears pretty angry with that call.
Yeah, understandably so. That serve goes long for number 26, Reese Tiding. So Don's minimizing the damage here. So again, they want to take control early and just keep holding on to the end of the set. So they definitely don't want to go down 2-1 here. Great block there by Kirk Mosbauer.
Right, that was Mosbauer and Brendan Whitney at the net. Good tag team there on that block.
Yeah, Mosbauer with that height is able to get up there pretty high and pretty much block anything that comes his way.
That was Bennett Carr once again. Just a quick spike right down the middle.
Yeah, Michael Dorsey just unable to get a hand on that one.
And that move has caught Loyola a bit by surprise. All game, it seems.
Yeah, and just like the last two sets, they're just trading points back and forth until one team just decides to take a hold of the game. Once again, we're tied 4-4.
That was Kirk Mosbauer once again coming with a big play as he gets that kill off the set from Monahan.
Now it's Sam Clark on the serve. Let's see if he'll calm down a little bit. Finally a decent serve there from Clark.
And it's Mosbauer once again on the block. So last 3 points have been because of Kirk Mosbauer. Block, then a kill, then a block again. So the junior's really making an impact up there in the center of the front court.
And Sam Clark looks like he's slowing down his serves, and it's helped him quite a bit here. I'm not exactly sure what Pat Connor's yelling about there. It's
so I believe Connor, the far ref, the chair ref, called the point out because it hit the net. I believe the near ref indicated that Pat Connor might have crossed the line underneath the net. Either way, both coaches are waiting the decision. The referees are talking with each other.
Either way here, somebody's going to be unhappy. Quite a lengthy conversation here to determine the call.
I mean, it's tough there because you have one ref who clearly sees something, another ref who clearly sees something opposite. No redos in volleyball.
No.
So, they're going to have to call it one way or another.
And Sam Clark looks like he's listening in their conversation, trying to see maybe if he can get an explanation. And it's St. Joe's point. And Sam Clark understandably unhappy, Coach Bear unhappy, Pat Connor unhappy.
Right, Coach Bear's asking the assistant ref for an explanation as Sam Clark asks the same of the head ref.
Still unsure of exactly what the call was there. So Coach Bear's now on the court explaining what he saw. And in his words, it doesn't make any sense. So Loyola and Mount St. Joe tied once more.
All right, play will resume after a lengthy pause.
That one hits the line there from Sam Clark.
Right, Pat Connor just snatches that one right in off the line.
Yeah, that looked like another bit of a questionable call. From what I saw, it may have been a little bit wide, but neither of the refs caught that, and MSJ's bench isn't really reacting to it in that type of way. So beautiful save by Sam Clark there. And once again, Gaels point. They're trading back and forth in the early stages of this set, just like the other two.
All right, that was Sean Carr in the middle for the Gaels. As I said, Connor, in the first set he had quite a bit of an impact for the Mount St. Joe. And he's, once again, Mount St. Joe trying with that quick bump over.
And this is looking a lot more like the first set here. St. Joe's is able just to hit it as hard as they can into Loyola and just bouncing everywhere but straight for them. Loyola trying to avoid going back down in the game.
Luckily, that was a bit of a miscue there from Kyle Burke on that serve.
For the Dons will be Brandon Whitney on the serve. Another senior who's had a bit of trouble on the serve this season, but today he's looked quite a bit better than he has. And once again there, MSJ's is getting lucky with these. It's
all right, that was Brandon Turner and Ethan Cohen contesting that ball right almost on the line in the air, if that makes any sense, Connor. But in the end, it was the ball did fall on Loyola's side, so it's going to be Mount St. Joe's point.
And that one tipped by MSJ and falls to the ground after the kill by, I couldn't tell if that was Pat Connor or Sam Clark. I think it was Sam, though. Beautiful play there by Sam Clark. Caught one of the Gaels there stepping over the line, and Loyola, for the first time in a little while, takes a lead here.
Hopefully, Connor, they can get back to what they've been doing in the second set. Just staying strong with good fundamentals and communication.
Line drive serve there. Libero there, Randall Gleason just unable to hit that one into a position where it could be set back over the net. So once again, we are tied at 9 here. Sam Clark hits that one long, and Gale take a lead. And miscommunication there between 3 of the seniors, it looked like. Sam Clark, Brandon Whitney, and Pat Connor just didn't know which one of them was going to get it, and Whitney ended up tipping it.
Yeah, Whitney, I think, had a moment of indecision there. Wasn't sure whether to try and bump that one up or let it go out. In the end, he sort of somewhat moved his arm, but ended up tipping it. Got caught in the middle.
Great play there by Sam Clark. Putting spin on that one and deflecting it so it would just fall to the floor and not just right into the hands of the MSJ defenders. Don's looking to get Don's back within 1 now, looking to tie it up once more. And Gleason and Monahan now coming together on that one. And
all right, that was great volleyball IQ from Reese Tidings there. He sees the 2 at the net, just taps it over him, and Loyola's back line can't react in time to dive and get it.
So Loyola's not playing badly right now, but they're just being outsmarted here by the Gaels.
Dorsey will come in for Monahan on the serve. And it does seem to me, Connor, that he's been working on that knuckle serve this game.
Yeah, and it's worked pretty effectively for him, I think.
Yeah, possibly something he's practiced after school some days.
Yeah, not a whole lot of spin on his serves. And 3-ball here. And Pat Connor just unable to hit that one over the net. This so far has been the closest set the two teams have played, or to this point.
Yeah, once again, Mount St. Joe just using that little dink shot very effectively.
And Pat Connor just thought that one was going out, and it just died there in the corner.
All right, either way, I don't think you would have been able to get to it. That was perfectly placed. Coach Bear calls timeout.
And once again, the Gaels have gone on top by a 3-point lead here, and they don't look like they're showing any signs of stopping. What do you think Coach Bear is going to tell the Dons here just to get them back on track?
To me, Connor, this seems to be a bit of a combination between the first and second sets. This one's certainly been very well contested. The Dons are going to look just to maintain those fundamentals. They don't want to give Mount St. Joe any more big scoring runs. I know Coach Bear is going to be telling his squad to watch a little tip shot. So perhaps maybe bring the back line in a step or two.
Yeah, and they're certainly not out of it. Down by 3 is definitely not a difficult comeback. As long as they don't just, again, like you said, as long as the Gaels can't put a run together, Dons could get back into this one for good.
And actually, Connor, if you look over at that far sideline, you can see the one line judge, the Loyola junior varsity player, was actually talking to the ref. He was talking about an earlier call when he called it out, but the referee overruled him. So they're having a few moments like that when the referees have overruled the line judges here. And some of those calls could turn out to be crucial to this game.
Yeah, especially in this set. Great hit by Sam Clark there, finding the back line and able to just get it under Brennan Turner there. So Don's now back within 2, and it will be Clark on the serve. That'll be a 3-ball. And they say that was tipped by Kirk Mosbauer there, and none of the Loyola players can believe it.
So Sam Clark is talking to our ref on the far side. There have been a few big officiating calls in this game, Connor, that seem to have gone either way.
Yeah, it looked like the head official there said the set was dead, and the other official just, I guess, didn't hear that or something here. And Coach Bear doesn't understand what happened, and that seems like a bit of a cheap point there for the Gaels, and that may have an effect on this game. So this head official, I don't believe, has officiated any of our games yet to this point.
Coach Bear getting very animated there.
And he's got to be careful.
Right.
And that one will be out. No tip there. Great save by Tommy Rogers, but it's unable to get any further than that. And these questionable calls are really hurting the Dons here.
Right. I'd say the Dons have had a few tough calls go against them, but what has happened is done. They're just going to need to persevere in this third set because this is going to be crucial. Whoever can win this third set.
Three ball there for the Gaels. And that was not hit by the Gaels there. It'll be their point. That's the third questionable call here against the Dons in this set alone.
Right, Sam Clark is staying to talk to the ref.
MSJ parents getting into it now. They're asking for Coach Bear to be tossed here.
Right, this game is certainly getting very intense here, Connor. I'm not sure if volleyball has the yellow card, red card method or what kind of disciplinary action it is, but both teams getting fired up here. Pat Connor screaming after that kill, so this game's on here.
Fantastic play there by Pat Connor, who very energized after that one.
Right, Pat Connor, Ethan Cohen, they were aware that Mount St. Joe might be trying to use that little tap over. They were ready for it, just knocked that one down. Cuts Mount St. Joe's lead to 2 here in this late in this third set.
And another third straight point there for the Dons. That was a mishit by number 12, Kyle Burke, and they just weren't able to recover there. So Dons only down by 1.
And actually, coming out of that last questionable call, it seems like the Dons have really just quadrupled in energy. Mount St. Joe's going to call a timeout. You can see the Dons getting fired up. And this is the stuff that great teams are made of, Connor.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very easy if the Dons get several calls against them to just go down and really just sort of get in their own heads. But instead, they've pushed through the adversity, and they're playing better than ever.
Yeah, absolutely, especially these last couple of points. They've just dominated. Looks like somebody accidentally may have turned off the scoreboard there, so the score was being changed back to 17-16 in favor of Mount St. Joe. And both huddles break, and we are set to get back underway here.
Right, and I'd say Connor, that it has been Patrick Connor, along with Ethan Cohen, that have really been hyping the Dons up this set. They've been having a big impact here.
Yeah, they've needed all the energy they can get here. That was a lift there, and the Dons have tied it up at 17.
Yeah, tough there. Reese Tidings was trying to get that one over, but had to avoid stepping on his own teammate.
Yeah, Gaels right now recently playing a bit sloppy.
This time, it's Tidings who gets that huge kill to put the Gaels up 1. It's purple shirts coming off the bench.
So every time the Dons have tied it up here, the Gaels have not let them go ahead.
And now it's Mount St. Joe's fans that can't believe it. That's Mount St. Joe coach Sam Bianco signaling that Sam Clark put his forearm over the net.
Yeah,
I believe he has a legitimate complaint there, Connor.
I believe so as well. I certainly thought that was going to go the opposite way. And it looks like Coach Bear and MSJ coach Sam Bianco just talking it over, just both expressing their displeasure with the officials officiating today. And that one just hit right over Brandon Whitney.
Right, and just for that last point, Connor, I did see a little conversation between Gleason and Coach Bear, and it seemed like they were laughing, sort of like the idea that, you know, if we get a bad call, they get a bad call type thing.
that's another hold there by the Gaels, and Dons have tied it up now at 19.
So I think this last few string of points, Connor, has been the best and most intense of the whole match. They're just trading points back and forth. Tied now at 19 apiece in this critical third set.
And these next few could be the decider for the entire match here. Good recovery there by Whitney.
And that is the Dons' point.
He reached right over the net there.
Right, that's a big mistake. I believe that was Bennett Carr at the net. It looked like Sam Clark wasn't going to be able to get there in time. Carr, a little overeager, reached over the net to tap that one down. That is a violation. Dons' point, and they take the lead.
Dons get their first lead here in a little while. And that one out. Smart decision there by Whitney to slide on his knees there. Had he done like a baseball slide type of thing there, he probably would have hit that with his leg.
And that's a timeout from Mount St. Joe. Dons have the 2-point advantage. And it is Dons that seem to have more energy here coming into this timeout.
Yeah, big string of points there for the Dons. They have really fought hard in this third set, trying to go up 2-1. And by no means is it over, but it's definitely a good sign to get a lead here late in this set.
Right. Dons are going to try and finish out this third set. They want to make sure they continue to go. They've been playing really hard at the net. They've been getting some big blocks. And I think Brandon Whitney, especially on that far side, has had a few good digs. Randall Gleason's been pretty consistent in the middle. And Pat Connor, Sam Clark have had some big kills as well. So,
yeah, right now the deciding factor is just how well the underclassmen can perform. Right now it's number 12, Kurt Mosbauer, number 17, Dylan Monahan on the court.
I think that big point was that when Bennett Carr reached over the net, because I think that was going to be Mount St. Joe's point, but instead it swung in Loyola's favor.
See, I think that was a big turning point here. And Gleason on the serve now.
That
was a lift.
Yes, that was a hold. Hold, lift, double touch. I mean, I don't even know volleyball very well, and I was pretty sure that was illegal. So Loyola now 3-point lead.
That was another big mistake there by the Gaels. And Randall Gleason hits that one just a little bit wide there. Looked like he was trying to land on that left side of the court, but wasn't able to.
Still a window for Mount St. Joe to squeeze through here in this third set.
Great play there by Sam Clark. Don's 2 points away now.
Right, both teams in this game, Connor, have moved away from the big kill and are going more for the soft placement shot at the net.
Definitely trying to use a little bit more strategy than just force. Good serve there by Ethan Cohen. Great save there by Randall Gleason, but it does go out.
Right. Gleason, not much he could have done with that one. Bumped it up nicely, but it was hit with so much force from the opposite side.
So Dons really want to get a point here. Good save there by Mosbauer, it looked like.
And it is Whitney on his second try. Gives it down a 3-point advantage and the crucial third set point.
Yeah, Don's looking to take a 2-1 lead here on the match here with this point. Sam Clark just able to get that one over.
And that's going to do it. It is Pat Connor off that bump. Slams it home. Dons take the third set, 25-21.
Yeah, huge set win there for the Dons. They really wanted to go back up 2-1 there, and they were able to claw at MSJ and take the set. So
and you can see Pat Connor and Sam Clark getting hyped over there with the student section. Dons now 2-1. Just need to win one of the next 3.
Yeah, so we'll take a short break, but for Matt Smolka, I'm Connor Mamoni, and we'll be right back. everybody, welcome back to Jerry Savage Court. Alongside Matt Smolka, I'm Connor Ramoni. Dons currently hold a decisive 2-1 lead on the Mount St. Joe's Gaels. They fell behind early 1-0, but the last two sets have really gone their way, and they're looking to end it here. So what do you look to see in this potentially final fourth set?
Right, well, Connor, to me, it was really telling how the Dons performed there in crunch time of the third set. They were down by 1 point quite a few times. The score was 19-19, but the Dons have managed to fight through and win a few key points. So hopefully they can keep that up here in this fourth set and prevent Mount St. Joe come back.
And that was a fantastic play there. It looked like Dylan Monahan and Ethan Cohen combined there to sort of draw the MSJ defense off. That one, very long, but that was tipped, so it'll be MSJ point. And that's just unfortunate there for the Dons. Monahan just put that one right into the top of the net, and it bounced back.
All right, tried to be a little sneaky there, but unfortunately for him, didn't quite realize where the net was.
Yeah, and despite the relatively small student section here as it's hit into the net there, it looks like Dons have made quite an impact over there.
Right.
Say most of them seniors trying to support their classmates in this one.
It is senior night after all. That one's going to land in.
It's a big play by Pat Connor there. That's an ace that they were definitely looking for. It looked like number 20, the libero for the Gaels, Jason Kalinach, just misjudged that one and thought it was going to go long. Or, excuse me, that was Randall Gleason on the hit, not Patrick Connor. Great play by Pat Connor there. This turning into one of the longest volleys of this game.
Yes, it is.
And Pat Connor right in the center of it. And Sam Clark just hits that one long, and it's going to be St. Joe's point.
Great point of volleyball there, though. And Mount St. Joe's not going anywhere, Connor.
No, absolutely not.
They're still playing hard. And their energy is same, if not greater.
Yeah, and even though they're the 4 seed right now, they're still 10-4. They are still a very, very solid team. So even though the Dons have only 1 loss in the season, this was definitely not going to be a tough match. Or
Right.
This is definitely not going to be an easy match. Excuse me.
It is Loyola, Calvert Hall, Gilman, Mount St. Joe, the teams that really dominated the MIA the last few years. So this is, at least in volleyball, this should be quite a bit of a rivalry game.
Absolutely.
And the Dons especially don't want to drop senior night in front of the home crowd.
And that one goes long there, and it'll be Don's point once again. They take a 2-point lead in this fourth set. And as you were saying, the competition in the MIAA is really just between MSJ, Calvert Hall, Loyola, and who am I missing that?
Calvert Hall, Loyola, Gilman.
Gilman, that's who it was. But aside from them, St. Paul's, Curley, and Spalding have, and John Carroll really just haven't put up the numbers like the latter 4 have. Right, the former 4. And
it is Gilman that are at least 2-time defending champions, possibly 3. So Gilman is only currently the 3 seed right now.
And ever since Loyola's had their undefeated season, it's been just a couple heartbreakers in the playoffs. The Gaels do get another point, but leads already up to 3 for the Dons. Very unlike the other sets. It's been all Loyola so far in this one.
And Coach Blair's complaining. That's the second time it appears the Gaels player has kind of thrown the ball over.
Great save there by Cohen, but Pat Connor's unable to grab that, get that one over the net.
So right now, Connor, as we're talking about the MIA conference, it appears that Loyola and Calvert Hall are top 2 seeds. They've each beat each other away. That is, Loyola beat Calvert Hall at the Cardinals' home gym, and Calvert Hall came here and handed Loyola their only loss of the season so far. So
Yes.
could you imagine if this thing turns into a little Loyola Calvert Hall championship matchup?
Yeah, it could be almost like a Turkey Bowl Part 1, if you will. That's a 3-ball there. And interesting decision there by MSJ. It hit that frame up there for the basketball hoop, but that's still in play. I'm not sure why they let that one drop.
I'm not quite sure either. It's possible that Kovacic was confused.
And that one actually would have given him a huge advantage on if they wanted to play that. Instead of being up against the wall, it would have been right in the middle of the court. But as it is now, Loyola has a 5-point lead.
That is a timeout taken by Mount St. Joe. They're going to look to regroup here, down by 5 in the 4th set. Hopefully Loyola can continue.
Yeah, they're just dominating here in this one, which is definitely a good sign. They want to get this one over with. They definitely don't want to go to 5 sets.
Right, they don't want to, the 5-point lead here in the 4th set, they don't want to give Mount St. Joe a chance to come back into this game.
Yeah, and St. Joe's definitely looking a little bit tired now, and as I was saying earlier, that's a strength Loyola has, is that they have incredible endurance. They can just keep at it, whereas other teams will get tired out, as we're seeing now with the Gaels.
Right, Loyola has a strong team and a strong bench. So I anticipate that they're only going to get stronger as the game goes on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mount St. Joe's energy appears to be down just a bit from how they started the game. So hopefully Dons can close out this 4th set.
Yeah, right now it's looking very good for the Dons. And Sam Clark still having the struggles with the serve. That one goes long. He doesn't seem too phased by that one, though. And Pat Connor there just mishandles that one, and it's going to be another Gaels point. Good save there by Monahan, and Gleason's able to get it over. Another good save by Monahan. He's just all over the place right now.
Right, good job by Loyola to extend the point now twice.
And that was definitely a hold there by the Gaels. That'll be Loyola point.
Right, Coach Bear has complained about that twice already when they did not call that. So if the referee did call that legal, I think Coach Bear would have been quite livid.
And now we'll see 2 more reserves come in for the Dons. It'll be number 8, Tommy Rogers, and number 7, Ethan Cohen. And Rogers gets an ace on that one in one of his first appearances here.
Right, both Rogers and Cohen have had a big impact for the Dons this season.
And that'll be Monahan, Rogers, and Clark to hit it over. And that one out. Pat Connor called everybody off there, and Don's now up by 6. So this is more of what the Dons, I think, expected to do here against St. Joe's. Just come out strong and finish off strong.
The Dons maintain their 5-point lead here as Kirk Mosbauer is going to come in for Tommy Rogers.
Another thing Coach Bear has done is he's kept all 4 of his seniors on the court almost the whole game. Oftentimes they'll switch out Tommy Rogers and Randall Gleason. Today that has not been the case very much.
Right, perhaps Coach Bear is looking for a lineup that's looking to field a bit more experience.
Yeah, this is, again, expecting them to have a pretty tough game today, but Don's looking like they might take this one as it's killed by the Gaels. So not going away, but Gaels would need to make a pretty decent run here if they want to have a chance of taking this to 5.
Yeah, big kill there by Brennan Turner. Gets all the Gaels up off the bench. Hopefully the Dons can stem that momentum before it develops into a Mount St. Joe comeback.
That was a great play there from Ethan Cohen.
Right, just a sophomore, but Cohen has had a big impact on the Dons already this season. He and Mosbauer have been rotating in and out of that center of the front court position.
Yeah, both have been very effective. It'll be interesting to see next year when both of them may get a chance to shine on the court. And Pat Connor on the serve there again, another ace for him.
Yeah, dropped that one just into the far corner. All the Gaels players sort of backed away, thought it was going to be off. And just sinks in there right inside that corner.
So Pat Connor is definitely pleased with himself after this game. He's had an incredible performance today. Whitney just barely able to get a hand on that one. And that was the big man Sam Clark on the kill there. Don's lead up to 8 now.
Clark's been pretty quiet this 4th set, but he certainly re-entered with a bang. He just rips that one down that far sideline for the kill.
And then the seniors have all but taken over this one here.
That's a string. Mount St. Joe looks for sure to be on the back foot.
And Sam Clark able to get that one back, and a little bit of miscommunication, but Gleason able to gather himself and hit it over. Clark just sort of punches that one over. And that strategy worked there. That's the first time we've really seen that by either team, and Gaels hit that one right back out. So Loyola lead up to 9 now. It's
right. It seems I think really it was those last few points of the 3rd set that were crucial, and it seems in this 4th set the Dons have really dominated the Gaels. The seniors have played exceptionally well here in this in the 3rd and 4th sets.
And that one gets quite close to our equipment there by the Gaels, but Don's point. So Dons go up by 10 now, and this one is all but over. And Clark definitely reached over the net there. I'm not sure why they're questioning that one. That looks pretty clear to me, but Don's lead still at 9. Great play there by Dylan Monahan. It's
yeah, 3rd or 4th time the junior has done that. The setter does have, Monahan is a starting setter, but he also has the height to be able to make a play like that when he needs to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's used that to great effect for quite a few times this game.
And St. Joe's calls a timeout here, looking to try to amount something, trying to have another miracle here again. And last year it was, I believe, the semifinals and the playoffs, and Dons were heavily favored, and they went up 2-0 and had a fairly large lead in the 3rd set, but the Gaels were able to just chip away at that and ended up actually taking the whole match.
Right, yep. That was astonishing. Last year Loyola had not dropped a set to Mount St. Joe all season, and then lost sets 3, 4, and 5 straight at home. And the Gaels knocked them out of the playoffs in the semifinals, and that was a Loyola team that was also favored to win the championship.
Yeah, they were honestly, I think, a stronger team last year than this year.
Either way, though, Dons are once again a very strong team. Just 5 points away from improving to 14-1 and clinching that #1 seed.
That one blocked there by Mosbauer and Monahan, and just nobody on MSJ's side was able to even get to it. So Dons take their largest lead of the day, 11. And that one hit the net by the Gaels, so Dons now just 3 points away from a victory. Now we'll see some substitutions for the Gaels. Number 3, Bennett Kramer, making his first appearance in this one. And Sam Clark's really coming alive now.
Right, Dons, they certainly had a bump in that first set when Mount St. Joe took that first set, but second set they won. Third set they managed to push through and win, and now here in the fourth set they are rolling. And Coach Bayer is going to sub off Sam Clark. Gives a chance to the student section to applaud him, and sophomore Nick Cummings.
I mean, Gleason hits that one long, so we'll be here just a little bit longer.
Right. Now Coach Bayer only needing 2 points to take the game. Doesn't want his star player to suffer an injury heading into the postseason.
Pat Connor able to get a hand on that one. That was Pat Connor again on the kill. Nearly took one of MSJ's coaches' heads off there. That was incredible.
So game point. Oh, and he's also going to sub off Pat Connor as well. And so all the seniors. Oh, excuse me, not all the seniors. Brandon Whitney, Randall Gleason still in the game.
And that was James Connolly coming in for Pat Connor there.
And that's the game. It's Nick Cummings on the final kill.
Fantastic performance by the Dons today.
Yeah, Dons rolled through that fourth set, 25-11. Take the game 3-1 over the Mount St. Joe Gaels. Connor, it was they were tested today, but they pushed through and they showed that they can beat one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah, they showed that perseverance and ended up improving to 14-1, guaranteeing themselves at least a share of the 1 seed in the playoffs.
Right. So for all those still watching, we hope you can tune in tomorrow night, 6 p.m. as the Soccer Dons, 15-0 in the MIA conference, take on number 2 in the conference, Gilman. Senior night, it'll be under the lights here at Loyola. So tune into that one. We'd also like to thank everyone that helped produce this broadcast, especially Mr. Nitty, along with our great producer, Matt Moore.
So, again, tune in tomorrow, 6 o'clock, for the first night game in Loyola soccer history. They're currently ranked, I believe, 6th in the nation.
That is right.
So, yeah, we'll be here tomorrow night. So, for Matt Smolka, I'm Connor Ramoni. Thanks for watching.